How many of you have tried the last week homework? Anyone finished? There were people, there were students who even developed games, right? No one was able to do this. Inuka, Hiruka, have you done? Then what about Dimat? Hello, can you hear me? Aditi, it seems your internet line is quite slow, right? It seems, right? Because you are lagging.
Sir?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Sir?
Yes.
Can I share the screen?
Have you done this? Completed? Okay, you can share.
No, sir.
Okay, I'll let you share the screen quickly. Okay, so you can do it now. Just do it now. Okay.
Sir, is this correct?
Okay, just run it. So when you press B, what will happen? Balloon is going, okay.
10.
Okay. But you are catching the balloon. So you have to input, no? You have to take input from the user. X and Y direction, you have to take it as input. That is the thing. So X and Y points, you have to take it as inputs. You have to ask, enter Y location, enter X location. Yes? That two questions are not there, that's the thing. I think we discussed that last week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see, right? Okay, let's see and let's try to anyway develop this. Yes, anyone else?
Sir, I did that, sir, but it's like when touching the balloon, it's the score is 10.
You can show that. Just show me. Hiruka. Share the screen. Please share the screen, Hiruka. Then we can see whether it's correct or wrong. Okay. Right. Tell me X position, okay. Tell X position. You get in the score. Then, so is it reducing the score as well if you give a wrong answer?
No, sir.
That is the thing. You have to apply for correct answer and wrong answer both. Okay, so let's see. So let's see how can we do such thing. So this is like a game, right? It's not actually a game, but it's like a game. So let's try to let me start from the beginning. For those who have not there last day, you can also start with me. I'm going to access now. I'm going to access Scratch. You can do this with me. Right. So scratch.mit.edu. Now go to the start creating. Click on start creating button and then you can see the objects over there in the Scratch window. Right, it's loaded. Okay, you can go to this. And so can you tell me how to change the spirit? How to change the spirit?
Right side corners.
Right side corner. So I can just erase this one by clicking this recycle bin button, and then right side corner I can choose a spread and then I can select. So actually this game is we are developing for Ben. Okay, now Ben is there. If I want to take another one, so click again in this one, and I'm going to select the Ben and the balloon. Right now, balloon is also there. So what I need to do actually, so initially I want to move balloon to the random position. Right? So please follow me. If you have not done this, do it from the beginning. දැන් මම Ben වත් ගත්තා, balloon එකක් ගත්තා. කාට හරි help එකක් ඕන නම් අහන්න. And I'm going to go to the events and I'll add this one. When let's say A key is pressed, I want to move the balloon. Actually, I want to glide the balloon to a random position. So when I press A key, you can see it's gliding to a random position now. It's gliding. Right, then I just want to remember the position of the balloon, that is X and Y. So I'm going to introduce variables. So what is variable? What is variable? Yes, what is your idea about variable? Variable එකක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? In Sinhala we call විචල්්‍ය. What is variable? Yes. Okay, it seems that you don't know. Yeah, it's a change in value. It's used to store a change. Okay, right. Let's write down that first. So so please write down the heading: variables in computer programming. Variables in computer programming. So please write down that heading: variables in computer programming. A variable is a fixed memory location which is used to store a change in value in programming. Variable is a fixed memory location which is used to store a change in value in programming. It's similar to a mark and the content liquid. Mark and the content liquid. A mark has fixed size and remain unchanged after introducing. A mug has fixed size and remain unchanged after introducing. But what about the content? What do you think? So maybe in the morning you can see a glass of water, or in the mug you can see it's full of water. Maybe after 1 or 2 hours you can see it's now half. So earlier it was full, but now it's half. The content is reduced. So maybe in the noon you can see it's empty. It was the water was there, but now it's empty. Maybe in the evening you can see it's filled with tea or coffee. Likewise, the content can be changed time to time, and the content, also the volume or the value, can also be changed. Understood or not? Okay, those who still write, so please finish writing. Just think about the example that I have given, that mug and the content. දැන් අපි තුමු mug එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ mug එකට අපි liquid එකක් මොනවා හරි දානවා. අපි තුමු වතුර දානවා. In the morning we fill the mug with water. Now it's filled. But ටිකක් වෙලා ගියාම after some time you will feel that, so okay, you can see that now mug is like half away, it's empty. It's not completely, but half away filled. Because someone has drunk. So you can see, so the content is now, it's not the same as earlier. Value has changed, right? So, okay. So let's draw this, right? Just draw this and understand. So let's see, this is your mug. And this is your mug. So initially it's filled with water. Initially filled with water or some other liquid. It's filled. So this. Okay. So but after some time you will feel, okay, after some time, the same mug, you can see the content, it has changed. Again, after some time, you can see the value has again changed. Mug is there, but value has again changed. Further reduced like this. Okay, then it's further reduced like this. Okay, so maybe after some time you can see. So now this is having some other content. So initially it was water, but after some time it's not water, not even water, it's having some other content. Maybe, okay, let's see. Now you can see some other content after some time. So this is how it changed. This is how it changed during the time. So it's like a glass of water and the water glass as well as the content, something similar to that, water glass and the content, or mug gas and its content is changing over the time. But mug remain unchanged. Mug එක change වෙලා නැහැ. ඒක තියෙන size එක ඒක එහෙමමයි, it remain unchanged. The value is changing. Value is changing, right? But even though the value is changing, you can see, even though this value is changing, right? Even though the value is changing, you can see mug remain unchanged. So that is the story of variable. So you can draw this, right? You can draw this quickly. But value and the content is changing. So variable is similar to something like this. Variable is also, so let's say you have variable x. Let's take a variable named x. X is 10. So later you can say x equal 6, value is changed. Now x equal 12, value has again changed. Likewise, you can change. Okay, that is about variable. I think now you can explain. So variable is a place or the memory location which is used to store a change in value. Variable is a memory location which is used to store a change in value. Just draw, write down this and show. Right, just at this point, value is changing over the time. When time passes, value is changing. Okay, let's see how we can introduce a variable to hold the value, right? So, and there are some rules when adding variable. There are some rules, but these rules are not applicable in this stretch. But if you learn programming, for an example, if you learn Python programming and all, so I think there are some students coming for programming courses. For them, actually, so you need to think two think more than the stretch, right? Stretch is just beginning program. Stretch කියන්නේ නිකන් beginners program එකක්. හැබැයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ programming ඉස්සරහට කරන්න හිතන් ඉන්නවනේ. The programming is called skill of the decade. දශකයේ skill එක කියලා හඳුන්වන programming දැන් හේතුව මේ දශකයේදී වැඩිපුරම කියන්නේ මේ decade එකේ වැඩිපුරම opportunities හම්බ වෙන්නේ programming skills තියෙන ළමයින්ට. ළමයින්ට විතරක් නෙමෙයි employees ලටයි employers ලට. So basically, so this decade is mostly for programming. And maybe in future it will change, but anyway, programming is one of the essential skills. So there are some students coming for programming also. So the programming courses, you should know the variable rules. These are general, right? General rules. So please write down general rules of naming variables. Naming variables. So this is not applicable to Scratch, but used in almost every programming language. Almost all programming languages. So this is not in Scratch, but almost all programming languages are using these rules. So the rule number 1 must start with a capital or simple letter. No special symbols allowed. And reserved words or keywords are not used and cannot place spaces between words. So start with a capital simple letter, no special symbols allowed, and reserved words cannot be used, cannot place spaces between words, and better if it is meaningful. Better if it is meaningful. These are some general rules applicable for naming variable, but so in basically these are not applicable, these are not must for Scratch, because Scratch has flexibilities. You can put spaces, you can start with number, even like it has flexibilities, but my advice is follow these rules, because in future you will learn real programming. When you learn real programming, you need these rules. Okay, with that I'm going to move for the program. Just keep in mind and write down. While writing, please focus on the program. Okay, I'll wait till you finish the writing. First finish the writing. Now I'm going to introduce a variable to keep track of the balloon, right? I'm going to make a variable. Now I'll say balloon. Okay, let's say balloon, or I'll make it short, right? Balloon X, BLX, that is the balloon X, right? I'll make it shorter, balloon X, okay. And I'll create another variable that is balloon Y. Balloon Y. Okay, so that's another thing. So when you create variable, so you have to just go to the variable section and make a variable, then give a variable name, and then you have to select whether it's for all sprites or this sprite only. So if it is for all sprites, other sprites can also know the values of these variables. But if it is for this sprite only, then it's like private. Only this sprite knows the values of this variable. That is very important. So in the variable section, you can say creating variable. Actually, we didn't write not last day. That's why I'm giving not here. You can go to the variable, and then you can click on make a variable. Make a variable, then give a name, For all sprites, other sprites can also access the values in the variable. So that is advisable because that is public. And for this sprite only, value is private to specific or specified sprite. So that is about, that is about how to create variables. So this is also important. So okay, don't worry, I'm not going to give notes after that. So but just write, these are very important points. These are very important points, and that's why I have highlighted. Please write down that as well. So now we know everything about the variable and how to create a variable and what is the level of access. So we are going to create two variables. So one is for x and the other one is for y. When you create variable, you can see the values are appearing here. Initially it's 0, 0 because not given any value. But after glide, what I can do is I can set the x and set the y. Set x to the location, so you can go to the motion and select from that, set x to the x position and set y to the y position, right? So you can go to the motion and set. So in the variable you have set x to the x position, set y to the y position. Then when you move a balloon, when you press A key, here you can move the balloon and you can see the value x and value y is taken over there. Again, press A key. You can see it's changing and changing. So now you can see value is changing. This is what we did last week. Right? I just want Bob to or Ben to follow the balloon. So then how can I instruct the Ben? How can I instruct Ben to follow the balloon? Yes? Come on, guys. You have to answer. Balloon is moving now. The x position and y position is saved. Now Ben is there. Mata Benවත් යවන්න ඕන balloon එක පස්සේ. I can say when another key, let's say when B key is pressed. ඔයාලට තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් අහන්න පුතේ. මට ඇත්තටම බයයි ඔයගලන්ට තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද කියලා. Can you understand or cannot? Hello? Can. Everyone can? Or is there anyone having difficulty? Dimat? Hirushan? Can or cannot? Okay.
Can.
Okay. Can. Right. Nanvidu? Nanvidu? Hello. Navidu, can you understand or not? Since his mic is not working. Kisalni? Kisalni? Mics are not working. Mics are not there. Manula? Oh. Right, okay. තේරුම් නැත්තම් අහන්න ඕනේ නැත්තම් මමත් බය වෙනවා මොකද වෙලා තියෙන එක දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ කතා කරන්නේ right okay so you can see now I have the balloon which is moving to the x and y position now Ben මම Ben ට කියන්න ඕන balloon එක තියෙන තැනට යන්න I have to instruct Ben hey Ben move or glide to the position of I can go to the variables and tell position of x and y which is taken from the දැන් මගේ අර variable දෙක තියෙනවනේ balloon x වල තියෙනවා දැන් මෙයා යනකොටම A key එක press කරාම balloon එක යනවා. ඒතකොට xy වෙනස්. ඒ xy දෙකට මම කියනවා Ben ට කියලා Ben ඔය xy දෙකට glide වෙන්න. When you press B, Ben is gliding. Press A, balloon is gliding. Press B, Ben is gliding. But I have to tell this not sharply the same. I have to change a little. I'm going to add minus and I'm going to change this little. And let's add x, sorry, this x minus 45 and also y minus 45. So x minus 45 and y minus 45. Let's see, press A key, you can see balloon is gliding, B, Ben is also gliding. A, balloon, B, Ben. Right now, Ben is catching the balloon. But I don't need this one. I need user to give the x and y positions. I need user to give the x and y position, and I want to keep the value, right? I want to keep the value aside, and I have to check whether the user's value is matching with this value. If so, I have to give marks. So that is the logic. ඒක තමයි logic එක. මේ විදිහට යන එක යනවා කියන්නේ ඒක automatically වෙනවා. Then Ben,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Sir, in the game, sir, you told to make should we capture that
When you capture
that,
the balloon, you should get 10 marks.
නෑ සර් අර ඒ බැලූන් එකේ නූල අල්ලගත්තාමද වැඩි වෙන්නේ නැත්නම් බැලූන් එක අල්ලගත්තාම
Balloon එකේ නූල. Capture the balloon. So basically ඒකනේ අපි දකින්න ඕන නේද balloon එකේ capture කරාම තමයි. So that is how the mark should be given. In this case, you should be given mark, but I'm not going to actually glide to this position. I'm going to glide to the, so let's say I'm going to actually, so use another one. Okay, I'm asking, where do you want to move? Right, I'm asking X position. You tell me X position, and I'm going to save the answer. Right, I'm going to save the answer. So how to save the answer? I can go to the variable and I can introduce another variable. This is a user's X position. Now I'm going to have another variable that is user's Y position. Right. So then I'm going to tell that, okay, set user's X position to the answer, and Y position can also be captured by given, okay, since in ask Y position from the user, and that should be set to the user's Y position. Set that Y to user's Y position. And I just want to glide over there. I'm going to use motion and I'm glide into the user's proposal, that is in the variable that is users X and users Y. I'm glide into that position. And let's see how this works now. When I press B key, it's asking my X position, I'm giving some value, and asking me Y position, giving some value. Now Ben is gliding into that position. Okay, now I'm telling, okay, A, balloon is gliding, B, 10, 300. Okay, when I press Ben, B, X position, 30, Y position, 70. Now Ben is gliding. But Ben is not catching the balloon. If Ben can catch the balloon, let's say, I'm giving this, again, I'm pressing B and asking X position, I'm telling X position is minus 140. Y position, I'm telling Y position is 103. Okay, now Ben is moving, but still he was not able to capture the balloon. You know, balloon is there. B, ask him the X position. I'm giving minus 68, and Y position I'm giving minus, like okay, let's give minus 82. Okay, now he's trying to capture the balloon. So when he captured the balloon, so actually capture the balloon means this part. When he captured the balloon, you should give the marks. So that is this game. Right, I have developed this up to some level. So can you suggest how to do this? Can you suggest how to do this? Yes, can you suggest how to do this?
So using
Hiruka, I think you are using two devices. When you are using two devices, you have to close one, right? Ekak mute karan.
Using if
Yes, using
using
if else. Yeah, using if else. But how to give exact X and Y? So like this, how to give exact X and Y? So you have these values. Right, when you press A, you can see balloon is moving. Press B, ask him me where to move. I'm going to give the same values, minus 84 and minus 91. Now he's moving, but it's not the correct position. Right, what to do, how to do this? So this should be actually correct.